Hi everyone, very good evening and welcome back to CAIIB with CGB Mentors. So in this particular class, we are going to discuss case studies on your LRS, right? So let us kick start without wasting any time. Number one, what we have is Mr. and Mrs. Mehta wants to jointly purchase an apartment in London worth 4,80,000 US dollars. Both are Indian residents with valid PAN and bank accounts maintained over a year. They plan to remit fund using LRS. Now, what are the options that are available to them? So they can each remit 2,40,000 US dollars and complete the purchase. They can remit only US dollar 250 jointly under LRS. They are allowed to remit, wait for a second. Yes, they are allowed to remit US dollar 2,50,000 each only if the property is in Nepal or Bhutan, and they can remit this amount each and jointly purchase the property provided they are co-owners. See over here, they both are individuals, right? And they have their individual limits. So the LRS limit of $2,50,000 is on an individual. So if these two people, they want to purchase this house together, they can. But the only condition under this particular scheme is that they have to be co-owners. Okay? The only condition that is there under this particular scheme is that they have to be co-owners in order to do so. So an LRS permits consolidation of remittances by family members for permissible capital account transactions like purchase of property abroad, provided they comply with co-ownership is mandatory and Nepal and Bhutan are excluded for the capital account transactions. Now next is loan to NRI for business. So Miss Kavita lends 1,50,000 US dollar to her cousin, right? And over here she is giving loan to start a boutique business. Loan is interest free, great. Has a maturity of 2 years, great. But the problem is cousin uses a part of this money to invest in farmhouse construction project. Okay. Now, what are the options? Is this transaction fully compliant under LRS? Number one, loan violates FEMA guidelines due to its end use. She can lend up to 250 regardless of use. Loans to NRI must bear interest and have no maturity condition. So the thing over here is everything is right over here, but the end use is wrong. She cannot use it. If you have given loan to an NRI, then that should be given in an NRO account. The loan should be obviously interest free. That is, everything is right. But the end use is not correct, right? She cannot invest in real estate, that particular amount which has been remitted to her, right, from India. So while interest free loan up to $250,000 to NRI PIOs, they are permitted, but the end use is restricted. You cannot, the person to whom you are providing the loan, you cannot use it for real estate, construction of farmhouses, chit funds, etc. Even a part of loan, if you are using it for farmhouse construction, then you are violating the LRS rules. आप तब भी LRS rules को violate कर रहे हैं. Now next you have LRS overseas investment. So Mr. Imran used $2,50,000 under LRS this year to invest in foreign stocks. ठीक है? 6 months later, value appreciated. He liquidated them, receiving 280,000 US dollars. He wants to reinvest the full amount. तो अब क्या करना चाहिए? Must repatriate 30,000 back and reinvest only 250. Must seek RBI approval. Can reinvest entire amount without repatriating, and he can reinvest only in India. So option number C is correct. If the value of his investment has appreciated to 280,000 US dollars and he wants to reinvest it, अगर वो इसको reinvest करना चाहता है, so in that particular situation he can do so, right? वो ऐसा कर सकते हैं. Now next is Mr. Rakesh declared travel as the remittance purpose, okay, and sent $200,000 under LRS. Later, it was found out that funds were used to invest in foreign cryptocurrency exchanges. Okay? Now, the transaction is acceptable. It is if it is within the limit. Option 1. No violation as crypto is not directly banned. The AD bank is at fault for failing to verify the end use, the authorized dealer. Transaction violates LRS rules due to misdeclaration and prohibited end use. What is the thing over here? So the remitter is responsible for true declaration of person in form A2. That is the number one point that you have to make a note of. आपको बताना पड़ेगा why you are remitting the funds, right? And cryptocurrency as an investment is not a permitted capital account transaction. So first of all, you have done misuse, misrepresentation. It is clearly your Foreign Exchange Management Act violation. ठीक है, आपके Foreign Exchange Management Act का ये सीधा violation है. Next, I am having frequency. So Miss Shruti remitted 25,000 every month for 10 months to support her son. She now wants to remit $50,000 more in March. ठीक है, आपने 10 महीने इतना remit किया, अब आप 50,000 और करना चाहते हैं, तो she must wait for next financial year. She can remit any number of time as long as total amount is less than $250,000. She must combine with another family member's quota. She needs RBI approval for the March remittance. So what is going to be the answer? C. She can remit any number of times as long as it is less than 250,000. Right? So number of transactions में तो कोई नहीं है, but क्योंकि अगर आपका ये amount ज़्यादा exceed कर रहा है, so then that is not allowed. ठीक है? Number of times it does not matter. Next is we have foreign currency account. So Mr. Dev, a frequent traveler, wants to open a foreign currency account in India to park funds sent under LRS for easy use abroad. He is a frequent traveler, okay. Wants to open a foreign currency account in India, okay. He wants to park funds which were sent under LRS for easy use abroad. ठीक है. This is allowed as under FEMA. It is allowed if the account is opened with an authorized dealer bank. This is prohibited. He can open it after getting approval from RBI. What can be the situation over here? See this. LRS does not permit opening foreign currency account in India using the remitted funds. Resident may open such accounts abroad, but they cannot open this within India. आप बाहर open कीजिए, right? India में आप open नहीं कर सकते हैं. So that is something which is not allowed. Now you are remitting to Mauritius. A resident wants to remit $1 lakh to a relative in Mauritius for medical expenses. Now, is this allowed only with prior approval? All remittances are prohibited. Transaction is allowed as it's a current account transaction. Only investment related remittances are allowed. See, capital account transactions are not allowed, but the current account transactions where you are sending to Mauritius for medical expenses, obviously it is for medical expenses and this comes under the current account. So this is very much allowed. Next is Mr. Tiwari approaches a full-fledged money changer to remit $200,000 for opening a foreign bank account. ठीक है, आप एक foreign bank account open करना चाहते हैं. FFMC can execute the transaction. FFMC can handle only current account transaction. FFMC can process capital transactions. FFMC can process only travel related payments. So remember that FFMCs, they are restricted for current account items only, right? And opening a bank account, that means changing the asset. Opening a bank account, having a deposit means you are having an asset. You are developing an asset, right? So over here, FFMC cannot handle capital account transactions because a transaction which brings change in your assets and liabilities, that is a capital account transaction. So FFMC cannot do so. So option number B, FFMC can only handle current account transaction. Now, a retired individual wants to send 50,000 to his niece abroad for wedding expenses but doesn't have PAN card. This is not allowed because having PAN card is mandatory for all the remittances. Okay? Next is there is an LLP sponsoring partners education. So LLP wants to sponsor its partners MBA abroad. This is from firm's account. Remember that the LRS is not applicable on LLPs, companies, etc. HUF. This is only applicable on individuals. Getting the point? So if LLP does it, this comes under the residual current account transactions under FEMA, and this is very much allowed if the transaction is genuine. So over here, this will be treated under individual LRS, falls out of LRS, allowed only if the firm declares partner as an independent and it requires RBI's prior approval. So over here, it falls out of LRS, but it must follow the residual current account guidelines which are given in FEMA. ठीक है, because LRS में आपका LLP, companies, HUF, they are not covered. So this is it in this particular class. Thank you so much for joining in.